Welcome to this week's 10About Town podcast, everyone. I'm Brittany Bailey. Of course, the month of May is a busy one. We've got graduations, weddings, Mother's Day, and of course, a lot of festivals. And one big festival coming up is the Children's Festival of Reading. And here to talk more about this is Mary Palm Claiborne with the Knox County Public Library. And you just informed me this is the 20th year.
It is 20 years.
Wow.
You know, I was thinking about it. Really, if you were, 5 or 6 coming to the festival 20 years ago, you could be coming with your own kids now.
Wow. That's a little scary in a way, a little mind blown.
I know. I hope they are. I mean, if they had kids.
Well, how did this all come about 20 years ago?
So, interestingly, when I first got to the library, we took a trip over to Charlotte-Mecklenburg Public Library for a looky-loo, and they talked about their children's festival. And I don't think it was exclusively for reading. It was just a children's. They said that was one of their most popular events. We launch our summer reading programs every year, and I thought, we need more engagement. And typically, they had the kind of celebration for summer reading at the end of the summer. I'm like, let's move it to the beginning of the summer and get kids engaged to start the reading challenge of the summer. So we got a big gift from Books A Million for $5,000 20 years ago. Well, actually, it was 22. You got to take out the 2 years for COVID.
Right.
And just against all odds, started this crazy little festival. And, it was a hot, muggy, oh my God, it was sweltering. We didn't even have any authors. We had storytellers and music and crafts and stuff like that. But people came by the droves. So it was a really good day. Knoxville News Sentinel was behind it. You all were behind it. So the word got out. Lots and lots of people came. And that was the beginning, and it has grown every year since then.
Do you have any estimate about how many people attended the first year and about how many people are attending now?
Oh, total guesses, because we don't ticket it. There's no way you can clicker that many people in. But I'm guessing we had a couple of thousand the first year, and probably last year and the last few years over 10,000.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a good day, and it is up against a lot of stuff. It is Maycember, as they say. So, I mean, you're against UT graduation, the Knox County Schools has graduation, end of year tournament. So there's a lot going on that day, but people love the festival.
And speaking of the festival, for maybe someone who hasn't been before, tell us all about it. What can you expect to find, especially this year?
So it is a literary festival for kids, but it is fun. We've got the authors and illustrators. We're inviting some of the guys, women and men who've been there before. Chris Grabenstein is the Limoncello series. He's so popular. He went to UT, and he is the funniest guy. He actually worked with James Patterson, who's everybody knows is a huge author, and he worked in advertising. Funny guy, originally from Chattanooga, went to UT. Alyssa Capucilli did the Biscuit series, so very popular series. Erin Falligant. Now, this is really, really fun. She is also known as Jen Marlin. That's important because this year, for the first 2 weeks of May, every Knox County elementary school student is reading her book, Wind Riders, The Search for the Scarlet Macaw. So we are so excited to have her at the festival. It's a little confusing because her pen name is Jen Marlowe. Her real name is Erin Falligant, but she will be at the festival. So we have a lot of authors and illustrators there, and a lot of local authors and illustrators, but we also have music tents, storytelling tents, science, arts and crafts, and, okay, this is the big one, dinosaurs.
Oh!
I know. I kind of came along in the space era. Dinosaurs weren't quite the thing. I understand that you can't tease a kid with a dinosaur. They're very serious about their dinosaurs. But we're going to have the East Tennessee Dino Adventures there with a 10-foot T-Rex.
Oh, my.
I mean, I think in real life, way back several million years ago, they were bigger than that. But 10 foot is big enough for us. We're having remote control dino races.
Oh, my gosh.
Lots of food, lots of music, lots of community groups doing a lot of fun things. It's just a great day.
I mean, and it sounds like very interactive as well. I imagine there'll be some story time so children can sit back and listen.
Yeah.
But as you mentioned, all of these other things, they can get engaged and get involved hands-on too.
Absolutely. We do have a chill out area where you can sit and actually read, but most of it's just gathering information, having fun, and signing up to read over the summer through our summer library clubs.
And let's talk about that for a minute. How does that work?
This year, so in the last few years, we've changed from just tracking your reading hours to doing activities. So it's so over the summer, if you check off so many activities, you get prizes. The activities are everything from reading under your covers to reading to your dog. So there is a lot of reading involved, but it's also, going to a program at the library, writing your favorite author, drawing a story based on a book you've read. But so every activity you check off, and after 5 activities, you get a little prize. After 25 activities, you get a really cool prize.
Ooh.
I know. For the kiddos, it's a stuffed animal slap bracelet, which I hear are the popular things.
I want one of those.
I know. I should have brought one. I've been wearing a stuffed dinosaur on my wrist. We actually have prizes for the adults this year. They're campfire mugs, speckled campfire mugs. Very cool. And then the teens and tweens get some like dino pens and journals and some things like that. So great prizes.
And back to the festival, we talked about all that you can find there. Let's talk about the logistics, about exactly when, where, what people need to know if they need to sign up or register ahead of time or not, or parking, all the logistics.
First of all, thanks to our sponsors, it is absolutely free. Shout out to Comcast and a lot of other people, but it is free. The parking downtown can be a little rough this time of year, but 11th Street parking is the place to go. That's the UT parking lot garage next to the World's Fair site. But it's free. It starts at 10 o'clock and goes to 3 o'clock. So it's a short window, but it's plenty. There's lots to do in that window. So you want to come early and stay late. But it's on World's Fair Park on the festival lawn, not the performance lawn. And the fountains are there. So if you're hot, just jump in the fountain. But it's free. It's on World's Fair Park, Saturday, May 16th, from 10 to 3.
And celebrating 20 years of the festival.
Celebrating 20 years. All the information is on our website. You could go ahead and map out your day. We've got the schedule there, so if you want to not miss anybody. I mean, we've got Carmen Agraditi. She's a world-famous storyteller. I love her so much. I mean, as an adult, I want to sit there and just listen to her. She's so funny. And I've told you about Erin Falligant, who is a one-book Reed City author. Who else? There's a bunch of them.
But you can go online and find that information.
You can go online and find it all.
Well, before I let you go, I have to ask you, we also talked about the summer reading program. Anything else in the future you want to mention that people should know about?
We have so many programs going on. We have crafts we have a lot of Lego and Mega Block programs. So those are all over the place. We have 40 story times every month.
Wow.
So for the little ones, for a lot of the young families, some of them are new, some of them they're isolated. That's a vulnerable time for parents. Mm-hmm. They come to the story times. Of course, their kids are getting the story times, but the parents find friends. Yeah. They really find community in those story times and get to know each other, and some of those are lifelong friends. So the story times, and we always have documentaries once a month on Sunday. The History Center has wonderful programming. So there are too many to really mention. I would say go to the library's website and sign up for the email newsletter. It will come to your email, and you can plan your month.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have so much fun at the 20th anniversary of the Children's Festival of Reading.
Thank you.
Well, if you are a fan of books and you maybe can't make it out to that festival, in Oak Ridge, there's also another event that's a real page turner. If you like to read but don't like to spend a fortune on books, well, here's a great event. The Friends of the Oak Ridge Library will host their annual book sale this weekend at the library, which is in the area of the Civic Center on Oak Ridge Turnpike. Thursday is for members only, but you can become a member at the door. The sale will open to everyone from 10:30 to 5:30 on Friday, 10:30 to 2:30 on Saturday, and then the half-price sale starts Saturday afternoon from 3 to 5, where you can buy a bag of books for $3. You can visit the City of Oak Ridge's website to learn more. On May 17th, a very popular street in downtown Knoxville is going to close down for an afternoon of fun. It's called Open Streets. And here to talk more about this is Lindsay Kemp, the Executive Director of Bike Walk Knoxville. Thanks for being here.
Yes, thanks so much for having me.
Well, first of all, let's talk about your organization for people who may not know about it.
Yes, absolutely. So Bike Walk Knoxville is a local 501c3 nonprofit, and we work to make the streets in Knoxville safer for people biking and walking. We want to make sure that our streets are accessible and that we are sharing the roads as cyclists, pedestrians, and with cars. We do that through advocacy, programming, and events. And I'm so excited to be here to talk about one of our signature events, which is Open Streets.
Absolutely. I want to talk about that. But going back to what your organization does, I feel like perhaps we're not always good about sharing the streets, no matter what sort of side of it we're on, whether we're on a bike, on foot, or in a car. So how hard is it for you to sort of get that message across to people about the safety of everyone?
It can be a challenge.
Yeah.
We like to make sure that everybody understands that they are pedestrian at some time. Whether you're out walking on the sidewalks or you are just going from your vehicle to the grocery store, you're a pedestrian. And so we want to make sure that everybody utilizing our streets can do that safely, and that we have a really strong place for kids too. So we do a lot of work around our schools because we want to make sure that kids can bike and walk to school as well.
And so we're going to be sort of celebrating the streets in a way with Open
Yes.
Streets. Tell us about this event.
Yes. So Open Streets started in 2015. We had our first event on North Central. And the event is about closing down typically about a mile of roadway to car traffic for the afternoon. And so we replace the cars with the people. And it is an afternoon of fun. We always like to say that the businesses located along the route are kind of the backbone of the event. And then we sprinkle in community organizations, businesses, performers, food trucks, and the streets are full of activities. So we encourage families to come out. It's a free community event to bike, walk, scooter, however you want to get around that day outside of your car, you are welcome to do so.
And you sort of switched it around, and it's been in various neighborhoods throughout the years.
Yes. So we like to look at a different street every year. And this is our first year on Gay Street. So with the Gay Street Bridge now becoming pedestrian bike friendly, we're excited to incorporate that into the event as well. So the route will be from Gay Street will be closed from Summit Hill to Hill, and then we'll include the Gay Street Bridge for people to be able to connect South Knoxville to downtown.
And so we know the closure is going to be in place, but what is going to take over Gay Street that day?
Yes. So we are going to have all kinds of activities. We are super excited. Visit Knoxville. They have their physical location on the route, and they are bringing ESPN 8 The Ocho slippery stairs to the event. So imagine a giant staircase that's slippery being in the street. And so we are currently recruiting for contestants, and there's a few, just a little bit of criteria. You have to be fun, have a little bit of athleticism, be interested in maybe falling down a staircase, and wanna be engaging with ESPN. So that's going to be really fun. We also have other activities. We'll have a power pedaled carousel that Kickstand Community Bike Shop's bringing out. There'll be e-bikes to rent and try out, scooters to try out, and then just lots of fun, friendly family activities that different organizations are bringing to the event.
And as you kind of mentioned with past ones, some food trucks or, vendors, those sorts of things will be out there as well.
Yes, of course we have the food businesses on the road,
Sure.
which we, want to support. And then we sprinkle in some food trucks as well because we anticipate having lots of people out there. So we'll have a performance area as well. So we invite local performers to come out and share their talents. And so we'll have some bands and some dance groups. In Crouch Park, we're going to have Glowing Body Yoga teaching a community yoga class. So we're excited to have them do that. There's just so many things that you can do in the streets when there aren't cars.
Yeah. And you mentioned the ESPN being there, broadcasting live too, right?
Yes, broadcasting live, which
So
is going to
if you want to try those stairs and have it be broadcast all over, that's what you can do that day.
Yes, absolutely.
And anything else people need to know if they're heading down that way? Obviously, many people might be driving their cars to the event. What do they need to know about parking in the area, traffic, that sort of
Yeah,
thing?
so I think, obviously Gay Street will be closed and there will be detours set up to get around. All of the downtown garages will be available for parking and those are free on Sundays. Find a garage and park your car. We also really highly encourage people to bike if you can, and we'll have portable bike racks set up for people to be able to use and you'll be able to ride your bike down the street. So.
And if people want to find out more about your organization, maybe even join the organization, how can they do that?
So you can check out our website, bwknox.org. We also are on Facebook and Instagram, Bike Walk Knoxville. So that's a great opportunity to connect with us. We do newsletters, and we're always trying to keep people up to date on all the great things that the city of Knoxville is doing when it comes to biking and walking. So we try to be that middleman to the community. So we would love to have you follow us and receive our information.
And then just to recap, Sunday, May 17th is the big day.
Yes, Sunday, May 17th, 2 to 6 p.m. Come out. It's free. It's family friendly, pet friendly. Bring your bike, bring your scooter, or just walk, and we'll have all kinds of fun for you to engage in.
Well, thank you so much for being here today and have so much fun at that event.
Thank you so much.
Well, now we're going to head to Farragut to talk about an event that might just get you hook, line, and sinker. There is something fishy going on in Farragut this Saturday. The Parks and Recreation Department will host the 42nd annual Bob Watt Youth Fishing Rodeo at Anchor Park. Children 12 and younger can take part on 2 time slots to try and catch a fish and win some prizes. The time slots are at 7:30. The other is at 9. You must register on the Town of Farragut website because poles and bait are limited. On Saturday, May 9th, our next guest will be hosting a really fun event in the Happy Holler area. It is called Holleroo. It's going to have everything from live music to a soapbox derby. And here to talk more about this, we have Rusty Odom and Zach Tarver. Thank you guys both so much for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, and so, first of all, can we talk a little bit about the Happy Holler community? It's such a little vibe there, right?
It truly is. Zach, you have a business there. So
yeah. So, historically, it's been a very business-driven, community-driven area of Knoxville that we've kind of seen drop off, and there's a lot of local businesses that are coming back to the area, kind of reviving it. The city has been helping us out a lot, kind of beautifying and making it more accessible to people. But it's just a really awesome little business district with vintage markets, restaurants, event spaces, all sorts of just anything you need on a weekend.
And for people who don't know exactly where this is, it's a little part of Central Avenue.
Yeah, so it's North Central from Baxter, the hill with Three Rivers Market, down into the Holler, and then back up to the top of the hill past Friezo, which is, I believe, either Scott or Oklahoma. So it's a tiny little area.
But this tiny little area is going to have some big fun coming up. So let's talk about Holleroo.
Yes, it's so Saturday, May 9th. What did we decide? We decided it starts at 11.
Yeah.
Whatever you guys say goes.
Yeah, I think so. And so it's so it kicks off with the soapbox derby. We'll have some trial runs starting at 11. And it's really cool because out of all the events I've done over the years, I'd never had a crowd show up that early. So I remember the first year we really didn't know what we had,
Yeah.
you know, and it's just such a frenzied pace trying to get everything ready, and then you kind of look up and you're like, whoa, there's a lot of people here, and I look at my watch, and I'm like, it's like 10:30. Like,
People got up early.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of people here early, you know. Like I guess, and I was looking around, I was like, all right, I guess we're ready. So people really enjoyed it from the very first year, from the jump, and it's it starts with the Derby. And this year we're adding a vintage clothing market with my buddy Ricky. So Knoxville Vintage Market, look that up. It's been one of the coolest things that's been birthed in town over the last few years. I think it's been going for about 4 or 5 years. So we partnered with him this year, and he'll have about probably 15 to 20 vintage clothing vendors. There'll be vendors of all other kinds. And so the vendor market goes from what, like
Noon to the start of the music, essentially.
so around 5, so about noon to 5-ish. And a lot of the vendors will still be there, but that's kind of their block, if that were. So like there's kind of 3 or 4 different events in one that kind of overlap, and it's just a really cool hang.
So we've got, when you say 3 events in one, we're talking music, soapbox derby, and the vendors in the market.
Absolutely, yes.
Let's rewind, because just maybe for people who aren't totally familiar with a soapbox derby, let's talk about what's involved, and can people still sign up for this, or do you already have your people picked and people can just watch? Let's get the details out on that.
Yeah, I do believe that for signups, we're, I think, locked in.
Yeah, I think we're full.
We've got roughly 20 teams this year, so it's the largest that we've ever had.
Yeah.
And at first, I didn't know what to expect the first year, or who was going to show up, or what was going to be done with it. But these teams really go all out and build some incredible cars. And we're talking real adult humans riding down the entire hill
Yes.
at, soapbox derby speeds. And everything from, like, we've had someone convert like a child's electric car into one, and 2 guys dressed as like Princess Peach and go down the hill. We've had people convert barrels, like breweries get involved, and it's a lot of fun. We've first year was straight down the hill. Now we have some turns and some obstacles. And then when you get to the bottom of the hill, we're going to turn onto Anderson to the finish line. So it ends up being a huge amount of fun.
Do you have some ambulances on standby?
We do.
by the way?
Yes.
EMS on site.
Yes.
And we haven't run into anything,
Yeah.
awful yet, but we are prepared in case somebody scratches a knee or something. And luckily, it's Seth Barber, one of the gentlemen. So our partners on this are Emily Belanger from Flats and Taps, Central Flats and Taps, and then Seth Barber from the Pirate Tavern and E-Vape. So he kind of handles the derby part of it, and he kind of calls it a little bit more of a parade than a race. But there's plenty of people who take it seriously in terms of speed, and then there's plenty of there's plenty of people who take it seriously in the presentation of it all.
Sure.
So
So
and
you
then
get a
some
little
do
bit of
both.
everything.
Yeah.
in
Yes,
it.
it's true. It's fun for kids and it's fun for adults. I mean, it's hard not to just you're gonna have a smile on your face if you come, for sure.
Sorry. Speaking
go
about
ahead.
the kids, this year we've added a kid zone,
okay.
which I think is probably important to
Yes,
point out. To where I believe Holston Gases and Baxter Properties have sponsored the kid zone, and
Yes.
there's going to be bounce houses and all sorts of stuff going on. People from the community and the Happy Holler or the North Knoxville Neighborhood Association are going to be volunteering there, and so that's also a great opportunity to bring your kids down and see a soapbox derby, but also wear them out.
It's true.
Now you really got the parents tuning into this. Well, before we move on to the music, which I really want to talk about, we touched on the vintage clothing market, but also the other vendors. Are there other vendors you want to mention or highlight, or what can people find here? Are these local folks who are coming in to set up?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's going to be a really wide variety. We have had different nonprofits in the community that have showed up in the past, like Ex Hunger or different organizations, to kind of be there for resources to people as they come through to know what's available to them. We, of course, will have the vintage clothing market. We've had local soap makers and jewelry. We've had local like candidates for office come down to meet people in person. And so it is a wide variety. The vintage market this year is an addition to we've never had an issue filling out the spaces, but it's just something to try to expand into, kind of connecting 2 different Knoxville created groups together.
Yeah.
But it's going to have a wide variety of stuff, as well as food vendors, some food trucks, ice cream, all sorts of that good stuff too.
Yeah, and on the food tip, we've got something really exciting that Seth pulled together. There's a local hot sauce maker, and so we are going to be selling our own Holleroo hot sauce. We've got our own flavor and everything.
What?
Yeah.
Somebody made it just for
Yes,
this? Oh my
yes.
gosh, that's fun.
So pumped about it. We tried one of our meetings we had. We were all he just had a bunch of hot sauces for us to try, and we were like, "What if we kind of mix these two?" And so that's what we did.
Oh my gosh.
Can't wait.
Impressive. All right, now we got to talk about the music.
Yes.
That's a big part of it. Who's going to be playing? How long? Where can people see? I mean, are there going to be multiple stages, just one big stage?
So there'll be one big stage from our friends with True Grip, which is a local company. We use them for all of our events. I'm sure anybody that runs an event in town probably uses them. And then Big Al will be running our sound. And so I've got a scoop for you actually too. So the music will actually kick off. The posters and the kind of messaging has said 5 o'clock, but we'll actually have Knox Honkers and Bangers. They'll do a little bit of a parade, kind of starting at 4:30. So they're going to kind of, as the Derby's winding down, we'll kind of trade the Derby for the music and the vintage market. So they will be, the Honkers and Bangers will kind of Pied Piper people to the stage, as it were, and then they're going to actually do a song or two with the first band that will be on the stage. That band's called UAD5. They're one of my favorite new bands in town. It's like kind of like a super group. It's a lot of really talented musicians just decided to get together a few years ago just to have fun, and so we're kicking it off with UAD5, just good old fashioned rock music. Excuse me, and then we have a young rock band called Analog Kid. So Analog Kid will be taking the stage next. Each of these bands will get about an hour to play. And so Analog Kid, they just played Record Store Day at Lost and Found, and we discovered them a few years ago, and we had them fill in for a spot at Wayne Stock this past year. So the crowd loved them. They just won everybody over. So I was trying to find another way to book them as quickly as possible. So we got them, and then that will transition over into Connor Kelly and the Time Warp, which is our headliner, who is another local young rock band. And so I think he's touring the West Coast right now. I think he just got done with that leg. He's toured Europe a little bit. So he's a local guy that we're all really proud of. His band's fantastic. And so Connor Kelly and the Time Warp will kind of close it down.
A big fun day. Before we let you go, remind folks of the logistics once again, exactly where, when, which day, and if people need to know anything about parking or any other
absolutely.
logistics.
So Holleroo, May 9th, in Happy Holler. Parking is going to be limited, so get there early. But there are a few parking spots all around. Closures will be from the top of the hill, the top of each hill in Happy Holler at Central, and then a chunk of Anderson Avenue will be closed, but all of the other areas will have parking. The run-throughs for Soapbox Derby start at 11, and they'll take a break from, I think, noon to 1. And then the official Soapbox starts at 1. Vintage Market starts at
around
noon.
Noonish. Around noonish.
Once everybody gets set up. Kids Zone will be going at that time as well. Come out and see us, have some fun with us.
Absolutely, and I think be sure to check out. We have a great social media correspondent, if that's what you call them. But Eleanor does such a wonderful job for us. So check out Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. If you want to get like up to the minute updates, and we'll be posting things throughout the day. And there might even be some parking information, but there's schedules on there. So that's probably a great way to just to stay tuned. And then just send this, this very program that we're on right now, just share it with all your friends.
Yeah, absolutely. Share us everywhere, wide and far.
Absolutely.
Also, happyhollerproject.org.
Oh, yeah.
Is our new website for our nonprofit for the neighborhood.
Oh, nice.
And it can direct you to all the Holleroo information as well.
Yeah, and I don't know if we have time, but do you have any more information on the nonprofit? So in the past, we've gone with X Hunger as a nonprofit beneficiary. And so this year, Seth worked really hard on creating a nonprofit for the neighborhood where the proceeds from this event will go right back into the neighborhood.
Oh, great.
So it's a really huge step. Seth did a lot of work on it, and so did a lot of other people. But that's kind of a new angle this year is we're able to use this money to give back to the community in like hyper local, like literally that neighborhood. So I'm excited about that too.
Well, a great event. So a fun event in the community to benefit the community.
There you go.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you both so much for coming. We appreciate it. Have so much fun coming up.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes,
thank you for having us.
We'll see you there.
Absolutely. Well, also coming up, of course, this weekend is Mother's Day. And if you're still looking for some plans, well, IAM's Nature Center wants to invite mom out for a picnic and also some live music. Are you looking for a fun gift for mom on Mother's Day? Well, hey, why not take her to IAM's Nature Center on Sunday? There's already a lot going on, but on Sunday afternoon, IAMS will host Jazz at IAMS. It's an outdoor concert that kicks off at 5 with the Jesse Eads Quartet. Then at 6:30, Swing Booty is a 6-piece band that will perform. There will be a beer garden and concession area, but you're welcome to bring along a picnic, just no coolers. Tickets are $10 online or at the door. Children 12 and younger get in for free. My next guest knows all about the cool sounds of jazz. We are welcoming in Brian Clay, who is a musician, a radio station owner, and a worship leader. And I don't know, should I keep going with more on the list? Is that good?
I can only handle so much, so that's good right there.
But also, the reason we're talking today, you also schedule concerts for the Knoxville Museum of Art.
I do.
So we're talking about Soundscapes.
Soundscapes.
What is that?
It's an amazing music series. Started doing it about 3 years ago. And it's kind of a reimagining of the original Alive After 5 event that they had. So the second Friday of every month, we invite national and international artists to come and perform in the museum, which is the coolest venue ever. And I get to perform with them because I say, can I perform with you? And they say, yeah. And we just have a great time. We've had everything from smooth jazz to country Christmas to this particular one, we're going to have a tribute to the music of Prince. Yeah.
So, a man after my own heart.
Exactly.
I mean, we just unfortunately marked the anniversary of his death.
Yeah. So Soundscapes is fast becoming no longer a best kept secret.
Yeah.
It is becoming a fan favorite.
And is that kind of how it started? Almost the little vibe and the little secret, and you had to be one of the cool kids to know about it. And,
kind of, yeah. And then we had to, in Knoxville, it's a very vibrant music community, but you have to convince people because they're used to a high level of entertainment. So you got to say, hey, we got this new thing called Soundscapes, and they're like, okay, let me check this out. And as we've been growing over the last 2 or 3 seasons, it's becoming a thing. Yeah, it's becoming the ticket to get.
And so when people get to go, I mean, experiencing live music anywhere is amazing if you're a music lover. But as you mentioned, having it at the KMA is it brings a whole other vibe. To have live art performed, with art as the background, what's that like?
That is the idea, exactly. We have decided with the new director, Stephen Matizio, that we wanted to meld visual art with performing art. What we also do during the performances is our artists choose a piece of artwork that's in the museum, and they do a song, or whether it's an original song or a cover song that connects with that art piece. And then folks can go up in the gallery and actually see the artwork. So it's a wonderful, wonderful series. I love it.
And you mentioned this is a series, and the first one coming up is this tribute to Prince you mentioned.
Yeah.
What are some of the other topics?
What I do normally is I invite artists. So we've had smooth jazz artists like Adam Hawley. We've had Andrea Lisa, who is a jazz guitarist from South Africa, last month. We've done a tribute to the music of Frankie Beverly and Mays. At Christmas, like I said, we did a country Christmas, and we had locals and some really notable locals come in and do Christmas music. So we just spread it around and try to make it feel real good. Yeah.
Do you have any other events coming up that you're part of?
Yes, I got a lot. I can't keep up. I don't know what. I got to look at my calendar. Let's see. Soundscapes is this Friday. I've got a summer series at Kearns Food Hall. So it'll be the last Friday of every month of May, June, July, and August. And it's just called the Summer Groove Series. Just come out, live music, a DJ between the sets, and we have a lot of fun. What else? I'm doing Open Streets. I'll be broadcasting live with my radio station at the Open Streets Festival, which is, I think, May 17th.
It is.
Yeah, so a lot of I don't know. I wake up and look at my phone, to figure
you know
out where
what
I'm going to
you're
be today. Yeah.
That sounds familiar. I get it. All right.
Yeah.
Well, talk about that radio station. You're fairly new to owning a radio station. How's it been going?
It's been going wonderful. We are getting wonderful comments and reactions from listeners who are either finding it by chance or they're going on social media and say, hey, there's this new thing, WJZF, smooth jazz. I think I like that. And broadcasting on 91.5 FM, also on mobile apps for Android and iPhone. And it's my thing. I'm a career broadcaster. I've been on the broadcast side for 30 years. So now being on the ownership side, I know more about transmitters and decoders and encoders than I would have wanted to ever. But I am enjoying creating a thing and being able to put my fingerprint on it. I love it.
And then we can't not talk about the fact that you're also a worship leader in Farragut.
Yes, First Farragut United Methodist Church is the church I serve. I've been there almost a year now, and I absolutely love it. That's my first love has always been gospel music and inspirational music. So that's my happy place that I kind of can tuck away and go to on Sunday mornings and just lead the worship band. The folks there are wonderful. And, y'all should visit. You should come by.
Yeah, can people just stop by if they like? They don't have to be a member. They can just visit.
Absolutely, 10:30 on Sunday mornings, and we have a wonderful time. It's a place where we are just creating space for people to make their spiritual faith journey. That's what we do.
And then just to remind folks, going back to Soundscapes, it is a ticketed event. Like you said, it's kind of in high demand. So are tickets still available? Future events, how can they get them?
Tickets are still available on the Knoxville Museum of Art website, which is knoxart.org. Go to events, couple of clicks, and you can buy the tickets. You can see the schedule. You can drop by the museum at any time. It's always free at the Knoxville Museum of Art. So come by, see us.
Well, thank you for coming by to see us today. We appreciate it. It's been so fun.
I had a blast. Can I stay? Can I hang around?
Sure. We're not going to kick you out. Yeah, we'll come back. We'll have you come back again and again.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much again. And now here's another fun event coming up in South Knoxville. Are you looking for a fun, free event on Saturday? Well, this is not a festival. It's a festival. That's what this celebration in the historic South Knoxville neighborhood known as Vestal is called. It's held on the Saturday before Mother's Day, and the event runs from 11 to 5 at the Sustainable Future Center, which is on Ogle Avenue at Martin Mill Pike. There will be vendors, live music, dancing, and historic photos. This event is free and open to everyone. Thanks so much for being with us on this week's 10 About Town podcast. And remember, you can always watch 10 About Town at 4 p.m. every weekday. We'll have more streaming for you coming up after this.